Let us proceed now to the second heading, that is potential due to dipole. We have done as the first heading the potential due to single charge. Potential due to single charge formula which we have already derived, that is kq by r or kq by distance. Now in this derivation we are given a dipole, that is minus q plus q, shown in the diagram. Minus q plus q, they are always separated by a distance 2a. Now our target is that we have to find at point P the net potential due to this dipole. So dipole is present and one point is present. No other charge is present. Now, as is the procedure, if we have to find the total potential here, then we have to first find the potential due to first charge and potential due to second charge. And because the potential is a scalar quantity, so we have to simply add the two potentials. But since we are dealing now with the scalar quantity, so sign of the charge will also be taken, will also be considered in the formula. So unlike all vector quantities which we have till now used, like electric field and force, there we were not taking the sign of the charge in the formula because we were already using the directions. So it is not the case with the potential. Since potential is a scalar quantity, so we don't have to take the direction, but we have to take the sign of the charge in the formulas. So let us start now. Suppose we are finding the potential due to first charge minus q at point P, then we have to join the points AP. Suppose this distance is R1. So potential V1 at point P is kq by distance. So k using the sign of the charge also. So minus q upon the distance is R1. So R1 is used. Now let us find the potential at point P due to the plus q charge. So we will join BP points. Suppose the distance is R2. So the formula of potential here due to second charge is V2 equal to kq upon distance. Distance is R2. Now no other charge is present. So total potentials are V1 plus V2 only. So we have to simply add them to get the total potential. So as we add the two charges, because of this minus sign, this minus will be appearing. So k means 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r1, first potential, and second potential is positive. So k means 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r2. Now we have to simplify this expression. So q by 4 pi epsilon 0 is common, 1 by r2 minus 1 by r1 is left. Now we are given one distance, that is OP distance, that is r, and with the help of this r we will be finding r1 and r2. So what we need to do here, first of all we will find this r1. So r1 distance, this OP line we will extend, and from A point we will draw normal to this line. So suppose that normal falls on M point. So if you carefully notice, then this triangle is an isosceles triangle if the point is very far. So approximately this AP distance is equal to MP distance, approximately. So R1 is approximately equal to MP. Now we will find this MP distance. So MP distance can be broken as PO plus OM. PO distance, that means first part is equal to R. Now remaining term is OM. For finding this OM, we need to take the help of trigonometry. So suppose we take this angle as theta. That means with respect to dipole line, the point P is at theta angle. So by vertically opposite angle property, this angle is also theta. Now to find OM, only look at this small triangle. In this, OM is the base because theta is always with the base, and in front of 90 angle the side is always hypotenuse. So if we find OM upon OA, that means base upon hypotenuse, it is cos theta. So OM formula is OA cos theta. But OA distance is A, so OM can be written as A cos theta. So this way we have found R1 equal to R plus A cos theta. Now in the same manner we will find R2. So R2 distance is shorter than R1. So if we draw a normal to the middle side, so normal will fall somewhere at point N. Now look at this triangle NPB. In this, approximately R2 is equal to NP. So R2 distance is NP or PN. Now PN value will also be obtained from the OP. So PN is actually from the whole OP if we subtract ON distance. So now subtraction sign will be obtained. Carefully look at the diagram and understand that NP we have to calculate, and from OP ON is subtracted. Now like we calculated OM value as A cos theta, ON value will also come A cos theta. So finally the R2 formula is R minus A cos theta. These values you can directly learn also, and you can substitute here. So as we substitute, R2 is R minus A cos theta substituted, then minus sign, R1 is R plus A cos theta. Now our target is to simplify this expression. That can be done by taking LCM. So whenever we have A minus B, A plus B in the denominators, so the LCM is A square minus B square. So this way R square minus A square cos square theta is the LCM. R plus A cos theta will go here, and R minus A cos theta will come here. Finally subtraction sign is there. So R will get cancelled from both the sides, and A cos theta will be added. So we will get 2A cos theta. So other than this common term, this answer we are getting. Now whenever we are dealing with a dipole, then we have to always get the answers in terms of dipole moment P. So as you already know, Q into 2A is dipole moment. So let us replace it by P. So final answer is P cos theta upon R square minus A square cos square theta K. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 means K. So this is the first answer which we have achieved, exact expression. Now some of the times we can apply the approximations also according to the given conditions. So suppose the dipole dimension, dipole dimension means 2A. Suppose these dipoles are very small in comparison to the point's distance. Point P is very far. So A is very less than R, or R is very greater than A. So what we have to do, approximation tool says that the smaller term we have to put 0 in the addition or subtraction terms only. So as we put A 0 here, this whole expression will be removed, and only P cos theta upon R square will be left. Now we will be, in the next video, we will be understanding the axial and equatorial answers for potential. Let us understand here the two important cases for the potential due to dipole. We can find the potential at the axial line, and we can find the potential at the equatorial line. So what we can do here, whatever formula we have derived for the potential due to dipole for any general point at some theta, that formula only we will utilize to get the answers for axial and equatorial line. Let us understand. In this diagram we have seen that point P is at any random position with respect to the dipole. So suppose the alignment is theta. So in the case of theta, the answer obtained for the potential is Kp cos theta upon r square. K means 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. This we have already derived. Now suppose we have to take this point on the axial line of the dipole. So axial line means the line joining the two charges. That means this AB line, if it is extended, then this is axial line. So suppose this point P we pick and we bring it to the axial line. Now think about the theta. If this point P is brought to the axial line of the dipole, then theta will become 0. So for the axial line of the dipole, we have to put theta 0. Simply we have to put theta 0 in the formula already obtained. So if we put cos 0 here, cos 0 is 1. So final answer of potential will be Kp upon r square or 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 P upon r square. And this is the approximated formula only. Okay, now let us take the second case, equatorial line. Now equatorial line of the dipole we have already discussed. Equatorial line of the dipole means a perpendicular bisector of the dipole. Perpendicular bisector. So suppose this point P is to be brought on the perpendicular bisector. So what should be the theta? So theta should be 90 in this case. If we put theta 90 in the general formula, cos 90 is 0. So potential answer is 0. That means this is one very important point to note down, that for a dipole, the midpoint and all such points which are lying on the perpendicular bisector, that have the potential value same, and that potential value is 0. So remember this point, this is very important. So this way we have calculated the two formulas of potentials with the help of single formula. So that two formulas are axial line formula and equatorial line formula.